Rise of Kingdoms 6th year anniversary is on the way, and of course with that we are going to have a Zenith of Power. It should be on your screen right now. This is the expected city skin. We are going to discuss the details of it. If you've been following the series, the Restart Account series, I am trying to save a lot of speed ups for a Zenith of Power push because I've been playing this game for years and I've never tried to get a Zenith of Power city skin. It's not the most ideal thing to do unless you've been saving for a very long time or you are simply a whale. Well, I'm neither of them. I'm not a whale and I am not been saving for a very long time. It's been only around like 200 something days. And that's exactly why I'm making this video, because I need your help. I simply couldn't decide if I should try to go for it or not, because there are reasons, like good reasons for us to try, but also again good reasons to just completely skip it. Now I'm going to briefly explain all those reasons and I want you to tell me if we should try to go for it or not, and depending on the decision of the majority, I will either push for the Zenith of Power or just completely skip it. Now let's briefly discuss the city skin. It gives troop defense 12%, minus 10% cav attack, and action point recovery again 5%. Now obviously the skin has its ups and downs. First of all, troop defense obviously is amazing because ideally, unless you are only using marchers, commanders from that troop type, if it's cavalry, archers, infantry, whatever, you are not using anything else. 3, 4, 5 infantry or cavalry marchers, doesn't matter. Unless your account is shaped like that, this is amazing because most players try to get the best march from each troop type, right? 1 infantry, 1 cavalry, 1 archer. And now people started to invest on an engineering march, and troop defense 12% is going to basically benefit all those marches. Now, minus attack is actually really good, right? This is pretty much the best thing maybe that you can ask for. And especially if you're in Season of Conquest, attack is the least desirable stat. However, the problem is, I don't want to say problem, but for some people it's going to be a problem. It is cavalry attack. The reason why it is not that great is because usually people tend to go for 2-1-1 configuration. And what I mean by that is 1 infantry march, preferably Scipio Luce, Alex Luce or William Wallace Luce, 1 archer march, most likely it's going to be Zhuge Liang and Herman, and 2 cavalry marches, a combination of Nevsky, John, Holcubing, and William. So if that is how your account looks, or if let's say that was your goal, this city skin unfortunately is going to give you minus 20% attack because you are using 2 cavalry marches. However, it also has action point recovery 5%. Now you might say, I need a city skin, a Zenith of Power city skin, just to be able to fight with my maximum capacity. But the good thing about it is that this city skin is versatile because you can use it during KVKs because of the troop defense, but also off seasons because of the action point recovery. There are a lot of people trying to have, 2 different good city skins, one for fights and one for off season, but this one is very versatile due to its usability during off season thanks to action point recovery 5%. So I will say this Zenith of Power city skin is pretty decent because that's the reason number 1 why I think we should take our chances. The commander configuration is on my mind is not 2-1-1. It is actually 1-1-1-1. 1 infantry, 1 cavalry, 1 archer, and 1 engineering march. So the total stat downside of the city skin is going to be only 10% because we will have 1 cavalry march. And reason number 2 is not related to city skin. It's actually related to our account. So far it's been 224 days. And if we take a look at my research and buildings, it is poo-poo. Like, it is so bad. I only have like 7 out of 10 wood, steel, stripes, plate armor just to get like not the worst trades in the world, but the rest of it, medical corps, encampment, combine arms, whatever, they all are really bad. And also my economic technology, as you can see, we do have a bunch of things that we can upgrade. Same goes for my buildings. My hospitals are 21, 22, whatever. My gold mines are, again, low level, 21, 22, and pretty much all my other buildings because I'm trying to save for a big push, and Zenith of Power is basically the main thing that you want to save for. So that's the second reason. If we go for it, our account is going to like pretty much transform massively. And the third reason why I feel like we should try our chances is because the frequency of Zenith of Power. Usually we would have, I think 3 or 4, probably 4 Zenith of Powers within a year. So if I, let's say, skip this one and wait for the next Zenith of Power, it is extra at least 3 months of wait. And on top of that, I don't even know if the next Zenith of Power city skin is going to be useful for me. Maybe it's going to be skill damage, but I wouldn't take it because I'm going to, let's say, invest on an engineering march, which is full smite damage, like Gajamada and Cordoba, and William Wallace and Luce, which is also another smite damage march. Again, skill damage is going to be useless. Or it could be a 15% single troop type city skin, which is again will be useless because we plan to invest 1 march from each troop type. And in that case, I will need to skip that one as well, which is going to put us in total an extra 6 months wait period. And imagine after 6 months, this account is going to be like 400 days old. And imagine being a low to mid spender somewhere in between and not having tier 5 in 400 something days. Not even tier 5 honestly, still having level 24 buildings and playing with pretty poo-poo technology. So that's the third reason maybe why we should go for this Zenith skin. Now I think everything I listed so far are reasonable. However, as I said at the start of the video, there are of course some reasons to just skip this Zenith of Power. Now number one is not having healthy amount of speed ups. If my calculations are correct, buildings and research included with universals, altogether, I have around 1,200 days worth of speed ups. So it's not even 5 years. And back then you would need at least 5 years worth of speed ups to push for Zenith of Power. But I don't honestly know the overall points in recent Zenith of Powers. So even if we decide to go for it, our speed ups may not be enough. The next reason is going to be spending, because if I want to push for this Zenith of Power skin, I will unfortunately need to make some extra purchases that I haven't planned. And the main reason for that is, first, I want to get the VIP 15 before I push for it because it gives me 20% building speed and 20% research speed. And for that, I need around 110k gems. And as you can see, we're kind of short on it, only 45k gems that we have. However, it doesn't end there. Number two, Book of Covenants, bro. Freaking Book of Covenants. We only have 890. Our castle level is at 20, so we are in need of around 150,000 gems extra on top of the VIP to get our castle to 25, because we are going to spend all those gems for Book of Covenants. And on top of that, we are going to need Master's Blueprints to upgrade every single building to 25, and there are literally no ways to get it cheaper. It will always cost 2,000 gems. So let's say if we need, I don't know, 12 of it, it's again almost another 25,000 gems. And of course, the only way for us to get all those gems in a very short period of time, because Zenith is coming like in a week or two, we are going to need our credit card. Of course, during the anniversary event, there will be very good value for money purchases. However, sometimes the value doesn't matter because the spending is a little bit too much for your budget, but we will see. That is the second reason why we shouldn't go for it. And the third reason is that I do have a lot of action points saved. If I spend all of it, I can certainly get a good chunk of speed ups and resources. However, we are in the home kingdom. We are not in KVK. We are not in Eve of the Crusade event, so there are no marauders. So I don't know if it's worth spending all those action points just for home kingdom barbarians, regular barbarians. Because if we decide that we are going to go for the city skin, I will 100% spend all my AP. At least I'm going to spend as much as I can until the last day of the Zenith to get, maximum number of speed ups, gems, resources, all that good stuff. And of course, there is another reason why we need to do a lot of barb killing, is because we still need around 1,500 arrow for resistances. There is no way that I'm going to spend my gems for this. We will naturally accumulate it while we are killing barbarians. Now on your screen, you should be able to see this city skin, the reasons why we should go for it, and the reasons why we should skip it. Let me know down below what you think. We need to decide pretty fast. Comment yes or no. Please explain why. Help your boy out to decide. Thank you so much for watching. I'm waiting for your comments. I see you on the next one. I think I hit the mic. Sorry about that. Goodbye.